Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my review for Lucha Underground Season 1, Episode 24. And this episode is called Trios Champions. And this episode was taped on February 8th, 2015, and it aired on April 22nd, 2015. And I'm just going to get right into this. We had Matt Stryker and Vampiro on commentary for this show. And the show started off with a segment with the Black Loudest, and she's writing in this journal talking about what her training has been like so far with Al Dragon as Tekka. She talks about how she's improving and is getting ready to meet this monster that she wants to defeat. But Al Dragon as Tekka doesn't think that she's ready. She writes that he says that my greatest weakness is my anger, and she says that she disagrees because it's my biggest strength. But then Al Dragon as Tekka walks into the room, and I guess he's been keeping her in this room, and he brings her to training, and he flips like the switch, and this light comes on, and they do like a scene. They do like a scene like you would see like in a ninja movie or something, where the ninja gets like four fighters quartered against him, but the Black Loudest fights them all off. She beats the crap out of them, and then she gets taught by Al Dragon as Tekka, and she's all tired, and Al Dragon as Tekka tells her that your opponents aren't going to give you a chance to breathe. So then she gets the upper hand on him at first, and she says that she hates him. And Al Dragon as Tekka then gets the upper hand on her and says that she's not ready to face this monster yet. I don't know exactly where this storyline is going, but I'm intrigued by the storyline. I think it's actually a pretty damn cool storyline, and I like it. So I liked this part of the show, honestly. And then we had the first match on the show. It was Sexy Star versus Pentagon Jr. I really liked this match. I thought this match was really good. Sexy Star gets the upper hand throughout much of the matchup, hitting a Hurricane Scissors takeover, hitting a wicked cool arm drag, and really gets the upper hand at first on Pentagon Jr., but then Pentagon Jr. gets the upper hand. He slams her head down to the mat. He kicks her in the back of the hamstring, and he drops her with a double underhook facebuster, which looked brutal. But then Sexy Stars tries to make mounts a comeback. She ends up hitting a wicked clothesline. She hits a cannonball dive off the apron, and then Pentagon Jr. hits a kick to the head, and he hits two power bombs into a lung blower, but Sexy Star kicks out of both of them, and Sexy Star hits a high cross body, and Pentagon Jr. kicks out of that. And Pentagon Jr. throughout this match had gone for that submission move where he breaks his opponent's arm, but Sexy Star kept fighting out of it. And then eventually the finish comes when Sexy Star hits a powerbomb into a lung blower herself and ends up pinning Pentagon Jr. for the victory. And I like this. I thought this match was really good, and I'm okay with Sexy Star winning because I just think it's going to make Pentagon Jr. absolutely snap even more now that he's lost. So I like this. And it's the villain getting his comeuppance. It made sense since Pentagon Jr.'s been taking out all of his opponents as late and breaking their arms. He tried to do the same thing to Melissa Santos in the previous episode. It's the heel getting his comeuppance, and occasionally the heel has to get his comeuppance at some point. So I like this. So I thought this match was really good. I'm going to give this match 3.5 stars, and I really liked it. And then we had the main event, which was pretty much the focus throughout the show. It was the finals of the Lucha Underground Championship trios. Oh, sorry, let me say that again. It was the finals for the Lucha Underground Trios Championship Tournament. It was a triple threat match. It was Tejano Jr., King Quano, and Big Rick versus Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico versus I read that one. Let me say that again. So it was Cage, Tiano Jr., and King Quano versus Big Rick, Killshot, and the Mac versus Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico. I read it backwards because I was reading it off Wikipedia. And it was an elimination match, and this match was great. I really enjoyed this match. The match starts off with Cage, Angelico, and Killshot as the legal men in the matchup, and Angelico and Killshot try to work together to take out Cage, but Cage is just too powerful for them, so he ends up laying him out with a double suplex, and then the heels well, I shouldn't say the heels, but Cage, King Quano, and Tiano Jr. pretty much dominate. They dominated Angelico and Killshot from getting to their partners and making the tag. They hit some really cool tag team moves, like they hit a flapjack into a drop kick, and then a flapjack into a kick to the head. And I thought they hit some really cool moves, but eventually Angelico and Killshot are able to get the hot tag. Both the Mac and Son of Havoc actually both made the hot tags at the same time, which I thought was pretty cool. And the highlights that they hit was the Mac ended up hitting a really cool tilt-a-whirl slam. Son of Havoc hit a really cool running hip attack in the corner. And then when it was their turn to go at it, the Mac and Son of Havoc were with each other. And then eventually the match spills into... Well, actually, no, that's not what happens. I'm getting ahead of myself. What ends up happening is the Mac hits his dive on the outside, and then Son of Havoc teases like he's going to do a dive, but he bounces off the ropes and ends up taking out King Quano. And then Big Rick and Cage go at it, but Cage is able to take out Big Rick with a wicked body slam, and then he hits a moonsault on the outside on everybody. Evilise does the same thing. Son of Havoc does the same thing. And throughout this chaos, Tiano Jr. Ends up bumping into this guy that we've been seeing throughout the past few episodes that has been a guest at Lucha Underground. And this guy gets offended by this. He takes his shirt off and beats the crap out of Tiano Jr. He throws him into the post, and he throws him into a ton of chairs in the corner. And this advantage allowed Killshot to eliminate to hit the double knees onto Tiano Jr., eliminating Tiano Jr., King Quano, and Tiano Jr., King Quano, and Cage. So I like this. I'm assuming that that guy attacking King Quano, that Tiano Jr. is going to lead to a future match between them, because that would make sense, and I like it. Now, before I continue breaking down this match, I actually forgot to break down a segment. It was the segment that took place with Alberto El Patron and Johnny Mundo. I forgot to break it down because I was just so excited about talking about this show. So I'm just going to break that down now, since I went through the first elimination, because I just remembered it. What happened pretty much was Alberto El Patron was kind of pretty much taking shots at Johnny Mundo, since he wasn't in the main event, and Johnny Mundo supposedly had told him he was supposed to be the face of Lucha Underground, and he was disappointed in him. And Johnny Mundo is then like, you have a problem with me because you shouldn't take me lightly, or we can settle it right now. And then Alberto El Patron pretty much says that Johnny Mundo was one of the reasons that he came to Lucha Underground. So they're setting up a future match between Johnny Mundo and Alberto El Patron, which I'm looking forward to, so I'm happy about that. So now that I've kind of broken that segment down, let's get back to reviewing the match. So then the match comes down to, I know I kind of, I've never done that before, but I just had to remember it because I would have forgotten it. So then the match is down to Killshot, the Mac, and Big Rick versus Angelico, Son of Havoc, and Evilise. And Evilise, before King Quano's team had been eliminated, had been selling some sort of ankle injury. So she was kind of a non-factor in this match. And then, so Big Rick, Son of Havoc. No, so I'm sorry, I messed up. Big Rick, the Mac, and Killshot end up dominating Angelico from his corner, and really getting the heat on him. They hit a lot of really cool power moves on him. One of the highlights was Big Rick hit a body slam, and the Mac went off the top rope and hit an elbow drop right to the back of Angelico. That was pretty cool. And then eventually Son of Havoc gets the hot tag, and he starts going off on everybody. He hits a suicide dive on the outside. He hits a springboard double knees to the back of Killshot. And then eventually Killshot hits a back suplex into a double knees onto Son of Havoc. But Son of Havoc ends up kicking out. And then Son of Havoc hits a reverse Rana and hits a suicide dive on the outside. And Angelico hits his Razor's Edge buckle bomb into the corner onto, I believe, Killshot, and gets the win. And we thought that we had the first ever Trios Champions crowned. However, Dario Cueto comes out and announces that that's not the case. There's one more team they have to beat, and it's a team that he personally put into this match. And we found out that it was the Crew, which I thought made sense because I was questioning why he didn't put the Crew in the tournament, but I think he was saving the Crew as one to make it look like they were going to have a nice, easy path towards the Lucha Underground Trios Championship. So I liked that. And pretty much a lot of the matches, the Crew beating the crap out of Son of Havoc, Angelico, and Evilise since they had just wrestled. So the Crew was fresh, and Son of Havoc's team was weak, so they kind of played up on that. Then eventually Mr. Cisco hit a backdrop onto Angelico onto the top of the temple, that was I believe Cortez, not my bad. And Mr. Cisco he ended up hitting like a front face suplex, hitting up Son of Havoc ribs first on the guardrail, but then Son of Havoc ended up hitting a dive off the guardrail, and he ended up getting taken out by Cortez, and then Cortez and Mr. Cisco are about to take out Evilise. Angelico dives off the temple and takes out Cortez and Bale, and Evilise lays to waste to Bale and Cortez with a kendo stick, because I forgot to mention that Dario Cueto made this match a no disqualification match. And then the finish is Son of Havoc and Angelico both hit a shooting star press and a double stomp off the top turnbuckle simultaneously onto Cortez and Bale. I don't remember which one they hit the respective moves on, but whatever, really doesn't matter. And they both get the pinfall, and they Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico still become the first ever Lucha Underground Trios champions. I like this match. So I know Lucha Underground has this both as two separate matches, but I'm gonna wait this tournament match as all one match because it kind of was all one match. This match is great. I thought it was easily four stars. I thought the match was a great match, and it was a great way to introduce the trios, the Lucha Underground Trios Championships, and I really liked it. And I kind of like the fact that they had Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico become the new champions. It's that oddball team, but they all kind of have the unique stories going into this matchup, and Lucha Underground broke those stories down by talking about how Son of Havoc was somebody that really was on a losing streak. And if you ask me, when I first saw Son of Havoc on that first episode of Lucha Underground, I thought he was just going to basically be at a one-and-done thing, and he was just going to be kind of like an enhancement match, and it looked like that's what it was going to be starting off with them. But he's really grown as a performer and as an athlete on Lucha Underground, and he's probably one of the most over guys there this season, I should say. Evilise um, had to go through that breakup with Son of Havoc, and I think she adds a lot to this team. And Angelico really made a name for himself recently with his matches that he's had on Lucha Underground. So I was actually pretty happy this team won. I marked out. So that was pretty much this episode of Lucha Underground. If I had to say, rate this episode, it's a great episode. I'm going to give it a B plus, an 8.5 out of 10. It's great. I really loved the Lucha Underground Trios Championships being crowned. I loved Pentagon Jr. versus Sexy Star. I liked the backstage confrontation they did with Johnny Mundo and Alberto El Patron. And I also loved, that angle they did with the Black Lotus and Al Dragon as Tech. So I liked it. So great episode. Really enjoyed it. And now I'm going to go watch the next episode. So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my Owen the Talkinator and CM Brothers YouTube channels. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.